love it. So, assistant brewer, owner.
Well, no, both owners.
Both owners. Okay. And name?
Henry.
Name?
Dan Branstead.
Awesome. We got Bucks Mill Brewing here at the kicking off. This is the first interview Zane and I are doing here at the craft beer tour. So we're really excited about this. I've got Zane back for year 2 here.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming back and doing this.
Absolutely. Excited to be here. Different setting, but we got breweries out here today. It's gonna be a good time.
So what are we drinking today?
Today we've got our Crystal Weizen, which is a German wheat beer, like a Hefeweizen, but clear. We've got our Sundog Black IPA. If you want an old school IPA, we've got one for you. And then our Ruby Red Pastry Sour is a luscious sour that's kind of got a cake and ruby and rhubarb and strawberry flavor. Okay. And then last we've got a Drew Brew, which is an apricot flavored strong lager.
Okay, Zane, take your pick. What are you thinking?
I think I want to try the old school IPA.
Old school IPA?
And I better do the sour.
You better do the sour.
Yeah.
It's a good lineup.
It's
unique. I like it. I'm excited.
Well, you need to head on over to the brewery because we got 19 on tap right now.
19 on tap.
19 beers on tap. So
that's
we
a
had
solid
to save
lineup.
one tap for root beer. So
okay.
So these sours are super juicy. Talk about it while Zane enjoys his here.
Yeah.
So we've got our sour methods down, kind of, and then right before we keg them, we add a whole lot of fruit. Okay. So our sours are lactose free, but the fruit really gives them that punch. Then we might be adding a little bit special to this one for today. So.
Oh, okay. You using fruit purees?
Pure fruit.
It's
okay.
Concentrate.
Juice
concentrate.
Gotcha. And are you kettle souring?
No.
Okay.
We are using a yeast that produces lactic.
Awesome.
Now
That's
I'm giving
exciting.
away secrets.
Yeah, I know. Industry secrets. Yeah.
Zane's the right guy to bring along to ask the hard-hitting questions.
Yeah.
How are we doing here, Zane?
This is fantastic.
Yeah, and talk about this one.
Very malt
Talk
forward.
about this one if you want to.
Just roasty malts, old school IPA, so it's not too bitter, it's not too harsh for the IPA. I mean, IPA guys are gonna hate us because they like that harsh bite to it, but it's a nice smooth IPA.
Love it. I'll take whatever one's next there if you have another one.
Did I see recently you guys took home a couple medals somewhere in a competition? Is that correct?
Yep. Yeah, we took third place in both our Kolsch and our spacing it.
The Polar Lager.
This year.
So.
And that was where?
Down in Minneapolis.
Wow, that's a huge festival there.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Congratulations, guys.
The Minnesota Brewers Guild annual brewers competition. So there were, I think, 480 entries in a bunch of different categories, and so we feel pretty good. Last year we got third place with our porter, and now we got 2 more. And we know the porter was right in the running for another placing again this year. So.
I was going to say, I thought you won one last year too. Yeah. So that's cool. Good for you
we
guys.
have a great brewer who's really dedicated to the craft, and we let them run with good ingredients, and tell them get the best beer we possibly can make.
Yeah, what am I drinking here? This is really good.
That is Drew Brew, which is the apricot lager.
Okay.
So,
I like that. It's different for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely different. Again, apricot juice on top of, I can't remember if that's, about a 5.5 ABV. So. And
tell me about the last one here that we'll probably have to try later, or maybe Zane will try that one maybe, if you want to pour him a little bit of that.
So the Crystal Weizen is Hefeweizen, but then we filter it so it's clear.
Ooh.
So that one, that's, we've been in business for 2.5 years. This is the 3rd time we've made a Hefeweizen, and again, he's got it dialed in, just like the Kolsch, which we won that 3rd place in.
I might have to have a little of that.
So,
Crystal Weizen.
And then I think I got to try a little more of that sour on the way out, because I think that one's going to be. You guys usually crush it with these things. I mean, these are the peach one. That was one that we had at last year.
So I mean, we use these beer fests to do a little bit of experimenting, like with the sour concoctions.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then,
great place
you know,
to do
like
that.
the peach, we never had served in our tap room. We did it at one of these brew fests, and now, you know, the peach sour is in our rotation. So,
well, delicious beer here. Zane, wrap it up with your review of this. What you got here?
Hefeweizen. Nice
Hefeweizen.
banana, some clove. I love it. It's
Nice.
great for this time of year too.
Well, thank you very much. We'll be around. We'll be talking to people a little bit later. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think you know, if folks are coming to DL to like do things like this summer is a great summer to visit the Trolls.
That's right.
You know, make sure you
Collect them
stop
all,
in
right?
at the brewery.
Yeah.
You know.
So. Yeah, Bucks Mill. You guys are right downtown there.
Downtown, park on the street or back in the Washington Square Mall parking lot.
Plenty of games. It's a fun place to be.
Yeah.
We've got games. We've got 10 of the top of the line pinball machines around too.
Oh wow!
The
he's a pinball wizard.
You would not believe how pinball is. Pinball is
kind of taken off, right?
Real big thing right
now.
Yeah.
It's making a comeback.
We have people
never left.
Yeah, we have people from Fargo, Grand Forks, St. Cloud. We've even had people from Minneapolis come up to play pinball in the tournament.
Wow,
cool.
I love that. Awesome. Well, thank you guys very much. Andy. Good. I cannot express how happy I am to be sipping on some Diner Days here. And it's not just your typical Diner Days. We've got the double Diner Days. So talk about it while we sample this here.
Yeah, so we decided to bring something special out today. So we brought our Diner Days, added a little bit of extra alcohol so it's a little bit stronger, and then we sat it on some blueberries, baking spices, and extra vanilla to give it a little bit more of that extra oomph that we were looking for.
This is wonderful.
I think I like this one more.
Yeah,
the
and
original.
what's the alcohol volume in this then?
This one's going to be a little stronger, so it's going to be 6.5.
6.5. Okay, I like that. So, what else do we have here to sample today? What else are the options?
Today we've got our double Diner Days. We've got our French Toast Stout, a River Kraken we infused with grapefruit, our Italian Pilsner, a watermelon chili seltzer, and then our cookie ale.
Cookie ale. I think that'll be the next one I try.
I'm excited for that watermelon chili seltzer.
So, Zane, we didn't really get to talk about this much at all, but in our last interview, one of the things we were going to talk about Cole with, the changing scene of the brewery here. Yeah. Obviously, we haven't talked to you guys. I haven't had much of a word from you guys since the tap room closed here. Thank goodness we can still get the beer in the liquor stores. You know, we can still drink the Diner Days in the liquor stores. But do you want to talk about that a little bit? Whatever you care to share about as far as where Fergus Brewing's at?
Yeah, so we're still in all the liquor stores in the area, and then in Fargo and DL, and then you'll see us around town at different events. So we still have our tap trailer, and we'll be doing some on-tap stuff throughout, and we might do some pop-up stuff this summer. So we still have a future. We're just kind of divesting a little bit from what we were originally.
I love that.
Yeah, I think we're seeing that kind of across the whole industry. You know, is that kind of what you've been seeing? Is it more of a pivot rather than, stepping out of the game completely? Is that kind of what you're seeing?
Yeah. Everyone's got to be a little flexible. People's tastes are changing. People's wallets are changing. So we're trying to be open to everybody and what they were looking for. So we're trying some different stuff out and trying to make everybody happy.
I know 2024 was it marked the first year, I think in 10 years, that more breweries closed than opened. And so we've definitely hit a capitulation. We've definitely hit an inflection point with breweries. And, I don't think the industry has run its course completely, but I think that it certainly hit that inflection point, So do you want to – we'll get you on for an interview on the Fergus Spotlight sometime about the Mill project because that's your new thing. I'm really excited to talk about that. But let's try this cookie ale. How's that sound? Give me some of that. What do we think?
Jacob, I really like the double.
Dude, the double Diner Days is where it's at. It is where it's at.
I think it's better. I'm a big fan of the original, but
I think it's good.
I'll do the cookie as well. Yeah. I got to have that watermelon chili seltzer, though. I like a little spice with my seltzer.
Oh, they have a watermelon chili seltzers with
okay. It feels
cookie
like right for the time of year. We're jumping into spring, so.
This
Thanks,
is really
Andy.
good. Talking about the cookie ale.
So this is our cookie ale. So it's got some baking spices, a little bit of almond, a little bit of cardamom. So it's kind of like that sugar cookie style. Just something different, something unique that we're trying to bring to the table.
Is this what's your guys' lineup in the liquor stores? Is this on the shelves or not?
That is in a few places. Right now, our main ones are our Mabel's Redheaded Ale, our River Kraken, Cyclone, Diner Days, and then the Italian Pilsner.
So, have you ever had a cookie ale before, Zane?
Can't say that I have.
Yes, I have. This
No.
is good though. I can sip on this. This is a really good one.
This is good.
So,
Are you using dry spices? Are you using concentrates?
Mostly dry spices. We will bump up just for aroma some concentrates.
Sure.
But we try and use as much real ingredients as we can.
Yeah, awesome. I love that. It comes through. It's very noticeable.
what else we got here?
What are we feeling? Something dark, something spicy?
I gotta have the seltzer, the
right.
I
watermelon
better
seltzer.
try that special porter.
Okay.
Even though I think, did I end up getting all the darks last year?
Yeah,
I
we
feel
did.
like I ended up
Last
getting all
year
the darks last year.
I think I took the lights and you took the darks.
Last year was much different setting. I mean, here at the Bigwood Event Center is much different vibe than what was happening at the RTC.
Very different.
Very different.
No
Very different.
sunshine.
We've got less breweries, like we mentioned.
Yeah. We'll be touching on that all day.
Yeah. Again, the consolidation
Thank you.
consolidation of the industry. Revelation Ale Works was here at our craft beer tour last year. They're no longer in business. I know we saw Fargo Brewing close. And so
There
we
was that
definitely
other
have
one,
less breweries in participation this year, but still some awesome beer at least. So
There was that other one that did Dungeons and Dragons that was there last year. They closed as well.
They closed as well?
Yeah, I can't remember the name of them, but
okay. That was a smaller brewery, but they did have some good beer. So wow, this is ridiculous. What am I tasting here?
So this is our oatmeal stout, and then we added a little bit of maple, some baking spices. Really brings out that French toast style breakfasty beer.
Yeah. This is a winner.
this is what I wanted.
That seltzer there?
Yeah.
Dude, you got to try this one too.
Okay.
Wow.
Maybe on my second time around if I'm still upright.
There we go. So is that all of them then? Is that the 4?
Yeah,
That's the
the Italian hands, I think.
The Italian Hands
And
Pilsner.
then the grapefruit IPA.
But you can get that
the
down at
grapefruit
Union
IPA.
Pizza.
Okay. Get
Union
that. Stop it at
Eatery.
Union and get your Italian
Yeah,
hands.
I
Made
get
specially
one.
for Union Pizza.
Once in a
Yeah,
while.
so we partnered with Union to bring something unique to them, and since they're such a high-end Italian restaurant, we wanted to do something kind of high-end as well. So we came with this new style, the Italian Pilsner.
I love it. I love
Beautiful.
it. Well,
I think we got to point out this nice.
yeah. Let's talk about these. Let's talk about these awards here. I mean, we've
What a
got
way.
defending champions. But I mean, the Diner Days beer has done really, really well at these competitions.
Yeah, people seem to really enjoy that beer at these festivals. It kind of hits the right spot for where people are at when they're trying to drink a bunch of beer at the same time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I know it's just a different. We just tasted Buck's Mill Sour versus this one. We'll go over and taste some of that Outstate Tangerine Dream, but it's completely different profiles in all of these sours. I love it. I love the variation in that style of beer. So,
And I think they're made very differently. I mean, they gave us a little bit of information over there, but I think, Andy, you do kettle souring?
Yep.
Yeah. So we're doing a couple different
completely
souring
different
methods
styles
here.
here. Okay.
We like that.
Yep. And Zane is speaking a language that I'm not sure of. That's why I brought him along as a co-host to ask the right
I
questions.
know a few.
You know?
It's just a few. Right.
So, grapefruit me, whatever the grapefruit one was, and Zane will try the other one, I guess.
Okay. I was enjoying this. But I guess I'll go back.
That French toast one's ridiculous.
Give me that Pilsner. Please.
We got a few patrons out here. I see them flowing in here. They're starting to get their juices flowing. That's always good.
I'd say there's about 50 to 60 people here
yeah,
already.
we'll get some interviews maybe with some people.
Yeah.
In the later hours.
Yes.
There's also a food truck out there. We've got a food truck we're going to go catch up with.
Oh.
Have you heard of this?
No, I saw it in the parking lot. I'm unfamiliar.
It's,
Duck Goose or something?
Duck Goose out of Moorhead, I think.
Okay.
But they've got, one of the things I saw in there was a tater tot hot dish nachos.
Okay.
So there's a bunch of food out there that sounds really unique and good for,
I'm curious.
Food trucks, so.
Food's more of my thing, so I'm
Food's more
excited.
everything. Maybe we can go out there and you can do a little culinary.
Yeah, we can do
get
that.
some
We can do a
culinary
breakdown.
insights. This is really good here. Talk about this grapefruit.
So this is our River Kraken. It's our West Coast style IPA, and then we added some grapefruit peel to it to give it a little bit more of that West Coast grapefruit notes.
Nice. Delicious. What are you tasting there, Zane?
Italian Pilsner.
The Italian
You know,
Pils.
I think one a week at Union, so
Nice.
always a good go-to. So
Nice.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, Andy, what else do we need to touch on here before we say we'll be around tonight? But what else is on your mind here?
I don't know. I'm just excited to have another one of these in town, and nice to see all these people once again. It's been a long winter, so it's nice to get out a little bit more.
Absolutely. Get in.
Absolutely.
Get it while it's getting's good with the Fergus Brewing on the liquor store shelves.
Yes.
You know, go get your diner days. Get some of this. Get some of these. Maybe as these other specialties, if they pop up, go grab them for sure. But thank you very much, Andy. I appreciate your time.
Thanks.
Oh, we're here with Lakeside Tavern, Detroit Lakes. What's your name again?
Tina.
And I interviewed you last year. You and was Zane and I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So you're back all by yourself this year. You had someone with you last year, I thought.
Did not. I was by myself
you were
last
by
year
yourself
too.
last year too.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Way to rub it in, Jacob.
I'm sorry.
thanks.
Well, so what's your position at the brewery?
Head brewer.
Head brewer.
Only
Awesome.
brewer.
Awesome. And they send you out to do these samplings.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So what do we have here?
Let's see. We've got our Bear Trap Belgian, Peach and Blonde, delicious pickle kolsch, carrot cake ale, the Rowdy Root, and then Tavern IPA and our Burley Bean Coffee Stout.
Ooh. The Burley Bean Coffee Stout. I heard Zane's pouring one of those. I will try that pickle.
There you are.
That pickle beer. I'm a sucker for some pickle beer. Zane, what are you going to try there? Do you have something you're trying? Or
Yeah, I've
Zane's
been eyeing
pouring
them down
beers for
while
some
I'm
people
standing over here.
So
Bring
talk
me
to me
back
about
here
this
and pour a
pickle.
beer.
Talk to me about this pickle beer.
So it's a kolsch style ale, and I mix it with pickle juice that I get fresh from the buckets that we use at our restaurant.
Oh my goodness. That is a really good.
Yeah, and it's got a tiny bit of jalapeno.
Zane, we've got a pickled jalapeno beer here.
All right, I can't wait
Just
for
a
it.
tiny bite. It's a good one.
Zane is busy here pouring, but tell me a little bit more. I know we got a little bit of Lakeside story on the last interview, but tell me a little bit more about Lakeside.
So Lakeside Tavern's been in place since 1891. I think it started as either a hotel or grocery store,
Great job.
and it's been many different
Absolutely.
versions of each. It was a brothel for a while. If you walk upstairs in the building, there's doors everywhere because there's so many rooms upstairs. I think in the 1980s, they turned it kind of into a fine dining restaurant, and then it was turned into a pub. And my husband and I bought it in 2020. And it's we've kind of converted it to elevated pub grub
Ooh.
and brewery.
Okay, so you guys serve food there?
Yep.
Okay, awesome.
Burgers, pizza, salads. We've also got pub pie, bangers and mash, salmon, some nicer dinners too.
Okay, I like that. I don't know if I'm able to try all of these. There's a bunch here. Did you try your pickle beer, Zane?
Fantastic.
Dude, isn't
I
this
had to pick my
so
mic back
good?
up. You know I'm a pickle beer guy,
Yeah.
so
Yep.
this is great.
Yeah,
It's
Zane
wonderful.
brewed a pickleball junkie.
I also just
at
want
Outstate
to
a while
admire
ago, but
this
is so
setup.
good.
Is great. If
Very
beer
nice.
is pouring perfectly, we see a lot of foam at these events. Not seeing it here. So
Finally.
Got the system tuned in here. So what's next for me here? I guess I don't know if I'll be able to try them all. So maybe give me your next best that you want to talk about
And
here.
carrot cake ale. I like that one. At the restaurant, we serve it with a cinnamon sugar rim,
Ooh.
which I can't do here, obviously, but
Okay, I like that cinnamon sugar rim. I'll imagine that cinnamon sugar rim here. A carrot cake ale, Zane. Carrot cake. Ooh, you gave me a nice full glass here. I love it.
it's Friday.
It's Friday. It's good. You got
I made
lot
a
of
mistake.
beers.
I incorrectly poured one.
Oh.
Somebody asked for the carrot cake. I gave him an IPA. So
Maybe we'll be
Oh,
pleasantly surprised.
surprise!
my bad.
That's what happens when you let Zane promote your brewery.
Whoa. This pickle
So,
beer though.
I can't say I've ever had a carrot cake beer before. That is so good. How does that work?
Well, scientists come up with amazing flavorings that we can put into our beers. And I add a little bit of carrots too.
Okay.
Add some lactose, sweeten it up.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have warned you ahead of time.
No, it's all good. I'm not lactose intolerant at all. Yeah, I can deal with it. So Zane's got his carrot cake. So good. So good.
I was telling them at the restaurant we serve it with a cinnamon sugar rim. It's pretty good.
Would go very,
like
very
that.
good with a sugar rim. So,
That's good.
you guys said, so are you a brew style?
Yeah.
That's the license you hold or whatever. So, and that allows you to serve full bar as well there. So you guys have a full bar and a restaurant and brewery.
Yep, we've got 24 beers on tap. 15 of them are the ones that we brew in-house. The rest of them are like Busch Light, Miller Light, Bud Light, whatever, and then full restaurant.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Right
That's
there on the beach in Deal.
yeah, that's super awesome. So, and what's the future like? What kind of working on some new beers right now? I mean, we've been talking a lot about the consolidation in the industry. The brew pub model is very much so the success, like sort of a little bit more insulated model than just like a tap room. We've seen, obviously 2024 was the first year in I think 10 years that there was more breweries that closed than opened. And so I guess from a business standpoint, was that something you guys did from the beginning, the brew pub?
So the restaurant's been there for a while. They put the brewery in 2015 just as kind of like a fun project. And then we took it serious in 2020 whenever I came in as the brewer and expanded quite a bit. So far it's been great. I think that the food definitely helps, obviously. But we're just at this point focusing on the summer beers and, putting out the shandies and more sours and wheat beers that people want to drink while they're sitting on the beach. Yeah. But thankfully we, as a brew pub, we don't have to worry about that as much.
Well, I better try one more here before I turn your pouring duties back over to you. Zane's pouring like a madman though here though. What's one more I should try here?
You want to try the Burley Bean?
The Burley Bean, the coffee stout?
I think we should try the Burley Bean.
I'll try the Burley Bean.
A bunch of people have been requesting that one.
Yep,
So.
I'll try the Burley Bean here. I hear Burley Bean. You like that Burley Bean?
I've never tried it before. Never heard of it.
Give me just a little though. Thank you. Just a shot. Coffee stouts. Am I going to have some chocolate notes in here? Some just coffee notes?
Maybe a little bit of smokiness. I took espresso beans and I ground them up and made a cold brew out of it, and then I added the cold brew to the bright tank. So it's very coffee heavy.
Oh yeah, that's great. My mom's a big coffee gal. She ran coffee shops and did all that. So I don't drink a lot of dark beer, but I could get down with this. I could get down with like a 10 ounce, like a little 10 ounce pour of this, I think.
It'll keep you going for the rest of the time.
That's right. Well, thank you very much. I'm gonna try the rest of these at some point, but I'm gonna turn pour duties back over. Zane and I are gonna grab some more interviews, but thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Good to see you again.
Yeah. All right. Who do we have here?
Adam. I'm Ryan.
Adam and Ryan from the brewery here. We're Disgruntled.
Disgruntled Brewing.
Disgruntled Brewing. And tell me a little bit about the brewery. One of you guys can pour if you need to sneak away and help this man. But
I can do that. You can do we're 7 Barrel Brew House, located in Perham. We're kind of out in the woods. You kind of have to seek us out. We have a big patio, and that's kind of our big draws. Having a big summer crowd.
Zane, you've been in there in Perham. I've been in.
I have been in there, yeah.
Yep.
Definitely
Yep.
a summer stop for me. Out there maybe golfing in Perham on Lakeside. Make a stop over there.
Hell yeah.
How long have you been a part of Disgruntled?
About 3.5 years. Started doing artwork there, and now I'm head brewing.
Artwork into brewing.
Yeah.
You don't hear that one much.
For sure. I was a home brewer for about 12 years, and then got into the area. I'm originally from Idaho, so a lot of breweries out there, a lot of hop farms out there.
Yeah, you're close to Yakima then, right?
Yeah. We get all of our hops from Yakima and Mill 95, which is outside of just where I grew up. So yeah,
awesome.
So I don't know what he poured me. He poured it out of this tap here.
That's Wonder Brew. It's our super light American lager. We're on batch number 9 of that to try to perfect it.
Very crisp, refreshing.
I gotta have it.
I describe it as imperial hams. It's just like a little bit dialed
Imperial
up.
hams. I
Imperial
love it.
ham.
I love that so much.
What are you eyeing down there,
The
Zane?
Electric Avenue.
The Electric
I saw
Avenue?
Dialyzed yeast. I
You
saw
better hook him up with
Galaxy,
some
I
of
saw
that. Talk
Nectaron.
about that.
I want it.
Yeah.
I'm in.
A lot of hops. Yeah, just a big hop punch.
I'm a hophead. I know that our breed is dying off, I think, but I also love a Miller High Life. So
Yeah,
I'm in both categories.
Yeah, we brew a ton of different styles year round. So
Would
it's
you
like
give me the Imperial
trying to
hams?
keep everybody happy is pretty hard, but we're up for the challenge for sure.
Awesome.
What's next here for me?
Old 22.
Old 22. Okay.
It's a Russian Imperial.
Oh, I'm
style.
getting the dark one again.
Let me have that Imperial Hams first.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What was the actual name of it?
Wonder Brew.
Okay, Wonder Brew. I don't want to call it what it.
That's a brand right there.
It's a throwback to Schroeder Brewing, which was in Perham in 1890s.
Okay.
It's a pre-prohibition lager, so we've just been trying to dial that in as hard as we can.
Love it.
Make a super crushable beer.
Ooh, do you want to talk about this dark one here?
Me?
Yeah. Are you the guy or is he the guy?
He's the guy.
He knows everything.
He's the brewer. He's the brewmaster, yeah. That's my wife and I's recipe that we homebrewed way back.
It's good.
So that's one I'm super proud of.
We're on Nitro right now in the tap room.
Okay.
Yeah.
On Nitro.
Yeah.
Ooh, so it's a little smooth.
Super smooth,
Yeah.
super crushable for being a 9.5%
Yeah,
Imperial.
this one will twist me up. This is what happened to me last year. I was taking all the laughs and drinking all like these heavy darks and
Yeah, last year we broke it up as I was taking the lights and the IPAs, and he was taking all the darks, and you know how
Those are
that story
darks and
ended.
sours. Yeah.
Yeah, you're the one that's in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next year, we're doing a dark beer festival at the golf course out in Perham.
Ooh.
So we currently have that in an 11-year-old weeded Panther barrel, and that's going to sit until next February. And we'll
So
have a
from
big-
Panther Distillery in Osakis,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
So it is just a dark. It's just going to be dark beer only at a beer festival.
Yeah, we're going to do all dark beer in February, March.
This is
somewhere
perfect
in
for
there.
you.
Really niche
You
crowd.
gotta go. You gotta go.
Really niche crowd.
Yeah, we have an oak aged porter, and that's going to go into some new riff 5-year barrels.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, we'll have a lot of cool stuff to
I
roll
think
out.
we're gonna start seeing that more because, like, in Alexandria, they have Lagerfest at
At 22 North.
22 Northman.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see that there's maybe another one popping up for
More
a different
niche.
style. Yeah,
niche
I think that's
stuff.
awesome.
It's cool. So
Cool.
yeah.
What else do we have here that we need to try? Or-
Crop Top Sasquatch.
Okay, better give me a little bit of that crop top Sasquatch. I like the name.
How many cases of pineapple did we process? Like 10 cases. I mean, it was like a morning of processing pineapple and then putting it in our wheat beer.
Fresh pineapple.
Fresh pineapple. Yeah, of course. Fresh pineapple on a wheat beer, and it's
Ooh.
just like it was. Actually, it was like a throwback to when the brewery first started.
Okay.
The original brewer did something like this, and everybody begged for it. So we went, to his notes exactly to make it that way.
Oh yeah.
How many years ago was the founding of Disgruntled?
2016.
2016.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're
So
going
I
on
came
7.
My wife's family has a place out here, so we would
9
come
years.
out and hang in the summers and stuff. So
Okay. Where are you from originally?
originally from Idaho.
Idaho. Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of brewing culture there.
And who owns the brewery?
Now it's like a consortium of like local businesses in Perham. Yeah. So
It's owned by the community.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. A lot of
Interesting.
Local stores and stuff on that. now.
Awesome.
So
So
is that
there's
like a co-op?
Not necessarily, but yeah, I think it's 10 businesses altogether. So
when did that? Just curious. When did that ownership structure change?
I believe that was 2021.
Wow.
It was like post-COVID kind of.
I've always been a big fan of Perham's economy in general.
Yeah.
Just like
Sure,
the
yeah.
small town economy there. But it's cool to see that the city supported probably, I mean, I don't know what the dynamics of the business were at the time that it transitioned, but maybe the city stepped up to support this brewery's existence.
I think there was a bit of that. Actually, we did the Fergus Falls Brew Fest, the outdoor one, that year. We closed for 2 days. I got a job down here. And then the next day, after I started my first day, they were like, somebody bought it. Come back to work. I was like, oh, sweet. I don't have to go to a desk job again.
I love it.
Well, good
The
for
people
you.
are
That's
the people
awesome.
are flowing in here now.
Yeah,
It looks like the attendees are
Room's
here.
warming up.
Did we get through the whole line or not?
Yeah, I think so.
We have other stuff coming out later. We have a pina colada seltzer. I just want to try it.
I'll try a pina colada seltzer.
Yes, yeah. Sign me up.
Sign me up for that pina colada seltzer. Amanda's thirsty too, probably. She's our camera woman. She's diligent there.
You can take the rest of the can. I don't know. It's the necessary evil.
Perfect.
You got to have a seltzer if you're a brewery now. So the old head brewer put me in charge of those, and I was like, I really don't want to brew a seltzer, but I'll figure it out.
Have you brewed? Had you brewed before? Had you brewed before?
Just home brewing.
Just home brewing. Okay.
Which is, it's pretty different. I learned a lot from the last.
Different from going to just a little home setup to a 7-barrel system, and
now we're doing like beta testing, I call it, where it's like we have a no coast IPA is what we want to do. So we'll just do 5-gallon batches and release it at the brewery. So people
So research and development.
Yeah, it's like, how do we want to tweak this? But
Yeah,
it's cool. It's hard getting back into the home brewing thing.
Did you do competition homebrewing?
No, I never did actually.
You were just kind of doing it for yourself, your friends.
Yeah, I did it for my wedding. Aged that beer for 6 months in a Heaven Hill 5-gallon barrel and released it at our wedding. It was so good. Makes you really confident, but I'm not.
I love that.
Yeah.
And you said your wife's into brewing some stuff.
Yeah. Yep. So we lived in Oregon, Texas, Washington. We went to breweries everywhere.
I was going to say.
Yeah, there's a lot of breweries to check out. So.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Super fun. This is the most fun.
yeah. Well, really appreciate you guys coming to Fergus Falls and attending the craft beer tour. I mean, This is a really fun event, so we appreciate you guys being a part of it.
Yeah, I appreciate Layton a lot. We're gonna try to hit all the craft beer tours this year and in the future. So
awesome, cool. Well, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You got the news today. It's cancer-free on the face. Okay. All right. No, Matt McKinney here. We've got financial advisor Matt McKinney here. How are you doing? We got a former guest on the Fergus Spotlight.
That's right. That's right. I need to come back on. It's been a little while.
It has been a bit. We should have you back on it. Well, you're on right now, actually.
I love it. Bring it on.
I love it, too. Well, Craft Beer Tour 2025. What do you think about it so far?
So far, the drinks are cold. They're going down nice, and they're real tasty. So it's been great.
Yeah. And did you just recently get married?
I did.
Is this your new wife here?
This is my wife, Mariah.
Awesome.
Just over a month. So.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, guys. Do you have a favorite beer so far?
I really like the Surfside, the vodka.
We haven't been there yet.
We have not been there yet. We haven't been over to Surfside yet. I've had some Surfside before, but
Yeah.
well, enjoy the rest of the night here, guys. And we'll get you back on the podcast sometime. We'll talk about Bitcoin or silver or some other obscure financial asset. Or
Yes.
yes,
We need more of that.
we do need
lots
more of that for sure.
Yes.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
Yes, we are here with Patrick Lundberg of Outstate Brewing Company, located on
the lovely banks of the Otter Tail River, downtown Fergus Falls, right behind Service Food Market.
I was hoping you'd jump in. I knew you were going to jump in. Like
lovely banks.
we knew that he was going to do that
The Otter Tail River.
because it is truly lovely. I think you won an award. I don't even know if we can talk about that.
Oh, yeah, it was last year. We, third place in the Star Tribune, Best of Minnesota, third place, Best View. The beer is great, too, but I'm saying it's a neat award.
The view matters, though.
The view matters. Yeah.
Well, and I would love to know who won. Because, I mean, who's better than Outstate, honestly?
Well, and I think it was somewhere on the river, the St. Croix or something. I don't know.
Stillwater.
Yeah, something
Okay,
like
that
that.
makes sense. That makes sense. So
I could see that.
So Zane and I, we've been talking a lot about this event, the industry in general. 2024 marked the first year since in 10 years that there was more breweries closed than had opened since like that boom hit. So 2024, I mean, kind of marked a sort of a capitulation point maybe in the industry, at least as far as the volume.
What do you mean, a pinnacle point?
A pinnacle, yes. Or yes, I mean, we've hit our inflection point maybe as far as the craft beer industry. but you guys are here, and that's awesome. And do you want to talk about a little bit maybe about that, just industry, this event? I mean, how are you feeling, Pat?
I could best sum it up with a song. There's a tear in my beer, and I'm crying for you, dear. You are on my lonely mind. No, we're still here. Thank you for asking the question. It's actually very sad. I just because there's nothing else I can do. It's really sad when you see people who've worked their whole lives and have passion to see them close down because the industry is going through a downturn for a lot of reasons. We can point fingers. I don't want to do that here right now, but it's a hard business climate.
Hey, I've been consuming craft beer since 2000.
Ever since he left Outstate.
Whoa! Of course, that would get brought up in this.
No, but in all seriousness, it's very sad to see it happen. I do know this about the craft industry. It is very cyclical. There are peaks and valleys. When we got in, we were kind of cresting a peak. We didn't realize it, but then the whole pandemic bullcrap happened, and I think we're starting to see the tip of the iceberg in terms of closings, unfortunately, because it's just such a hard environment and it's hard to recover from all of the challenges that people in the industry have had. But I do believe that people who are working their butts off, doing everything they can, if they're surrounded by their community, great staff people, they'll make it if they have enough. And I want to say if they have enough, stick-to-itiveness, but also there's a point where you can't operate from empty all the time too. So I understand both sides, but for me and my purposes, Outstate is plan A. It's always been plan A, and we're going to forge ahead. We're stubborn, and we love what we do, and we love our community and the community that we're in.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, speaking to that a little bit, I think we see in the industry, especially locally, breweries making a pivot. You've recently made a pivot of some sort, adding coffee to your tap room. How's that been going?
It's been going really well. I think we need to get the word out more. We've done a lot of social media campaigns, that kind of thing. We've done some modest radio advertisement, but the coffee business is going to be a great boon for Outstate. I mean, we're open at 7 o'clock now in the morning. Yeah. The coffee kind of closes around 2 p.m., but we get a lot of people coming through. It's really neat to see a lot of young moms and their kids gathering in the mornings. I think the summer's going to be a real benefit for us. Think about 75 degrees at 7:30 on a Saturday morning or Monday, whatever.
And utilizing that third place view.
Yeah. And the coffee is really, we didn't hold back. We got all our best training from Up Coffee and Folly and Spy House down in the cities. Got all our equipment through Fairwave Coffee, and it's really good stuff. And we've got a great team who knows what they're doing.
Yeah, definitely. I've been in there and I've enjoyed it. It's a nice place to work as well. If you want to come in, it's a little quieter. The tunes aren't blaring. There's not live music. So I think it's definitely worth a check out.
We have a lot of people who actually office out of Outstate in the morning. And we love that.
Yes.
Yeah. I wonder who those are.
And some of us in the afternoons, we office there.
Yes, some of us.
Talk to me a little bit about the lineup here. You brought the Tangerine Dream was off tap for a while in the tap room. It's back fresh, better than ever here.
Yeah, the Tangerine Dream was one that we did last year, and it was fantastic. It went over very well. All the events that we went to last year, people were like, I can't get enough of this. So much so that we've made plans to put it in package. We're going to can it, I believe, this summer and get it out into the market because we think it's just that good. Yeah. This is the first batch of the season, and darn it if it's not the best that we've ever had. And that's one of the things I love about Sean McCarty, our head brewer. It's never good enough. And so we have consistent product, and we always have it consistently even better than it was before because it's never good enough for him. And I appreciate that about him. He's like always going to put his best foot forward and do everything he can to make the beers amazing.
Yeah, I think one thing I love about Sean too is he lets a young aspiring brewer create a recipe like Tangerine Dream that is now making its way onto the menu
Zane,
today.
is that?
No,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just.
Little humble
urban
brag.
legend. There's an urban legend.
I don't know.
Urban legend. There's
Who knows?
some guy who's a transient
I don't
who's
know.
coming through town.
Yeah.
He decided to go work for some
A
corporation.
lot of folklore.
And, yeah.
A corporation which won't be named on this podcast. Just kidding.
Yeah, it's in all fairness.
Zane is a mastermind here behind the Tangerine Dream. So, can we talk about the removal of the lactose?
We could.
We need to. I feel like.
All right. Yeah, I put a little piece of tape up there. There's the first batch we made with lactose, and we decided it wasn't necessary. It's rich and beautiful on its own. It really is like a dreamsicle in a can, and some people have an issue with lactose, like with their guts and stuff.
Right.
So, we don't need to. Not that we won't do it in the future, but this recipe, I don't know, Zane. Maybe you can speak to that. It really doesn't need it.
I always thought it didn't need it, or it needed less
The
than we
profile-
started with.
The profile hasn't changed too much.
No, it's really good.
Yeah. We've also got the Shore Lunch Shandy, the best lemon shandy in the area,
Probably in the country.
Probably.
It's an American wheat beer with 1,200, give or take, fresh lemons that we squeeze by hand. I built a table with 4 presses on it, and 4 to 6 of us will do this. We call it the squeeze team, and we'll do that, and we can do a whole batch in about an hour and a half, and that's 10 cases, like I said, about 1,200 lemons, and it turns out to be just under 15 and a half gallons of straight lemon juice. And we put that in American wheat beer, and we do a little back sweetening, and it's
there you go.
Delish.
It is delish. Great summertime beer. We've also got the Star Island, the American IPA, one of my favorites. Really good batch of that on right now as well.
Yep, one of the OGs. I mean, Star Island was one of the original recipes back in the basement. We're going back in here.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. The Star Island's back. Well, it hasn't gone anywhere. It's a consistent performer. It's a great American IPA. I think Sean again has just tweaked it to make it even better than it's ever been. I'm jamming it right now. I love the Star Island. When I don't know what I want, I'm having a Star Island. So it's a good beer.
I noticed in the tap room you have an unfiltered version. Is this what we're drinking today?
Yes,
Or
the last 2 batches, actually. The first one was kind of by necessity. We didn't filter it, just where we were in the process and what tanks were full and what weren't. So we kicked it over without filtering one time. And I was like, let's see what that does. And darn it, well, it's not a surprise. I think you just get more of the fresh, hot aroma, character, flavor in that unfiltered. So it might be that we don't filter the Star again. This batch is not filtered either.
Yeah.
It will clarify over time. I mean, it's not going to stay hazy. Like you can see, it's been in there a couple weeks and it's already clarifying. But we're not going to filter it. We're not going to strip away that hop aroma and flavor that sometimes happens with filtration.
Love it.
Awesome. Well, and then you've got the watermelon cucumber hard seltzer.
Hashtag
baller.
Hashtag baller. People are like, where did that name come from? I'm like, Sean, were you in on that
I believe
too?
this one came from your wife, Erica.
Oh, my wife.
I believe this
Wonderful.
one came from your
and
wife.
I said, it's like watermelon ball, like baller. Like you're balling that, and then the cucumber, you don't ball cucumber, but
no.
But it's also that thing that young people say.
Yes.
Hey, are you a baller? Baller.
I don't know. I think that was like a mid-2000s thing, but
I was still old then.
Hey, it's retro tropical theme, so I feel like this fits right in line with that.
Right.
Hashtag baller. No, it's good though. It's a watermelon cucumber seltzer, and gosh darn it, it's refreshing.
Yes. Gosh darn it.
Gosh darn it.
Yeah. Well, Zane, Zane and I are going to go check out the food truck. I think it's time to maybe think about that.
I think we should.
We've made our
take
rounds.
a gander. I think I'm going to take a hashtag baller on the way there.
I had the tater tot hot dish nachos.
Okay.
Good.
Good.
Real good.
We got a good.
If you like tater tot hot dish, then they put a little pickled onion on there and sriracha.
All right, well, we're going to go get the culinary reviews of that, but thank you very much, Patrick, for your time. Thank you for attending Craft Beer Tour, Fergus Falls, and sponsoring the event. After party at Outstate tonight.
Yes, right here.
We've got a little bit of music going on.
Jim White's going to be there.
Jim White's going to be there.
Jimothy.
And then if you come and you bring your ticket or your cup or whatever, your wristband. If you bring your wristband, you'll be entered into a drawing at 10 p.m. We're going to draw a $50 gift card for anybody who was at the craft beer tour.
Love that.
Hell yeah.
One winner.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick.
Who do we got here with Country Blossom Farms?
My name's Taylor.
Taylor.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time to chat with us.
Yeah, no problem.
Zane and I are getting some interviews in here with these fine breweries. We're getting to the non-beer part of our sampling now. So what do you have for us here?
We have 4 different varieties right now. We have a dry, a strawberry, an aronia berry, and a raspberry rhubarb today.
Give me that strawberry. Let's try that strawberry.
Jacob,
Zane,
I'm drinking the dry.
You're
I'm
trying
a
the
big
dry?
dry cider fan.
You love dry ciders. Yeah. There we go. So this is going to be sweeter.
A bit, but not a lot.
What?
We're kind of the mid-range for sweetness. We try to keep sugar levels fairly low. It just makes it easier to have more than one. You know, you can have it all day.
What is it? Goes into making a cider. How do you make a cider?
So it falls under the same category as wine, right? Fermentation process is all basically the same. So it's just instead of grapes, it's wine, or instead of grapes, it's apples.
Okay.
So
Okay,
I
you just
mean,
ferment
so
apples.
we juice the apples, we crush them, juice them, and then the juice goes into a big tank. We add our yeast and we let it do its thing. And depending on the time of year, the apples we're using, and what we're trying to do with it, it could take 3 weeks. It could take 4 months. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I do a little cider making of myself. Yeah, once a year. I have a group of friends who does it. It's wonderful. Yeah.
Nice.
We use champagne yeast. You don't have to tell me what you use, but
I don't use champagne yeast. I will tell you that.
That's cool. That's
a lot
all
of
good.
People think I do, but I don't.
We've tried a couple different ones, but I should say they like the people that I do cider with. They like that little sparkly thing.
Yep.
I'm more maybe like using a different ale yeast or something like that, but
yeah,
this is fantastic.
We
I gotta
use
say,
like a kind of a mid. I would say it's like a mid-level type of yeast. It's definitely specific to apples.
Okay.
But the biggest thing is that we pump the CO2 up a little bit, so the carbonation takes the place of using that champagne yeast.
Yeah.
Instead of the yeast taking care of it, we use CO2 to do
absolutely.
the work.
What made you get into doing cider? Like, how did you land on this?
So me and my family have had this orchard for, this will be our 11th year now, having the orchard up and running for the public. How we got into doing this part of it is that the last couple of years, our apple crop has been huge. As the trees mature, more apples, right? We don't know what to do with them. So, my first thought was, let's make alcohol. So about 6 years ago now, I started playing like the homebrew thing. I had the little 1 gallon carboys.
Yep.
First 2 years, terrible. I mean, it was disgusting. And I tried to convince myself it was good. No. But then, as you get into it more and more and more, you learn more. You just kind of, you get into a groove.
Oh, yeah.
And then finally, I think it was 3 years ago now, we finally landed on a couple things that worked. And so we said, let's roll it.
How long have you guys been open for?
This will be 11 years now that we've been open to the public.
There we go. Awesome.
And 3 years for the hard cider side of things.
Okay. Great. 3 years on the hard cider side.
3 years on the hard cider, yep.
Awesome.
And it's been going very good.
Well, these guys look like they need some drinks.
Yeah.
We better try the raspberry, and then you better try the aroma berry, Zane. And then we'll let you get to pouring with for your customers here, and we'll talk about these a little bit. But
good.
yeah, thank you very much, man.
Thanks for talking to me.
Yeah,
Appreciate
of
it.
course,
Thank you.
Of course, yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
Yeah.
to meet you.
So what did you get here? You got the. You go ahead. And
I
help
got the
us out here.
aronia berry.
Aromia berry, and I
Aronia
got
berry, yeah.
and I got the raspberry rhubarb. So, cheers up on that. It's wonderful. Everything's wonderful. What's your role in this operation here?
Grower.
Grower? You.
Yeah, me and my wife own it. That's our son.
Someone's got to grow
Okay,
it, right?
that's your son.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when he joined
A
us,
family operation. I love it.
correct. And then when he joined us, it'll be 6 years ago this August. This was kind of something he wanted to do, and so he started. I remember the first year he'd be down in the shed with a little tiny press, grinding and filling a gallon jug every night, and then fermenting it. And then he went to bigger and bigger,
And now we're here.
and we're here.
Now we're here. Great products here, guys.
Thank you.
Really good job with this
He
stuff.
does a
Seriously.
very nice job.
This is fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Awesome. Well, thank you for taking the time to chat.
Have a great day, guys.
Yeah.
You may know it from the Kelsey brothers. One of them's dating Taylor Swift. The other one is just
I don't know what
hunk
Zane's
of a
rambling
man.
about here.
I was being goofy.
All right.
All right.
We got the garage beer here.
Garage beer.
What do you know about this new brand, garage beer, Zane?
Yeah, I was kind of alluding to it in my goofiness, but what I know is that the Kelsey brothers, they have a podcast, and they're big, right? They're big.
Yeah,
They started
Kelsey
a beer.
brothers.
It's light beer. I think they're both Pilsners, if my understanding is correct.
This is the lime. Have you had the lime?
I haven't had the lime.
I haven't had anything from them. I'm just going to finish this one off for you.
Of course
here.
you are. Yeah, just top.
I'm going to try
top
the original here. I haven't tried either. I've heard that this one tastes more like water than most light beers.
I mean, if you look at the color there, you can tell that that's going to be on the very lighter side of lager Pilsner. I will say that this lime tastes great. I don't like a lot of lime commercial products because they taste artificial or they taste too sweet. This one is delicate.
Very good.
It's nice.
Very good. Yeah. I mean, certainly you're looking to replace a cheap beer. That's what the market these guys are going for, right?
Are they trying to replace it or are they just trying to grab their demographic? That's the
I think
question.
they're just trying to capitalize on their brand. I think they know they've got a brand. They know they've got a following.
And also I think in the Midwest we've all said to our, maybe in our world, our guy friends, hey, you want to have a garage beer? You want to come over and have a garage beer?
Come over and have a garage beer.
You know,
like garage beer.
There are those there's those tiers of beers that you like. You know, do you want
Absolutely.
that shower beer? Do you want that garage beer? Do you want that golf beer? You know, there's that.
This could be all of the above. This could be a shower beer.
It
for
could,
sure.
but they put garage beer on the label, right?
Shower beer.
I'm a big shower beer guy.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, I shouldn't say I'm a big one. I used to be. There's
I'm
something
talking,
about it, right?
You take evening shower. You're talking drinking in the morning.
No. I got a job, but
well,
you know that post-work shower,
absolutely,
lager kind of hits.
I know what that's all about. I know what it's all
But you know,
about.
for the working man,
Well, I'm gonna maybe crack open one of these limes and try that. But I can confirm this is like, you know, I had a Busch Light before a pregame. I pregame with a Busch Light because
you pregame the craft beer tour with a Busch Light.
I pregame the craft beer tour with a Busch Light.
I mean, that's beautiful. I think.
But this is in that.
I think that the farmers that are listening to this are like, that's my kind of guy.
It's more tasteless than like any other beer I've had. It's just, it doesn't do a lot for me. This one doesn't do a lot for me.
We are the incorrect guys for this, probably.
Yeah, that's all right. And I can feel okay about giving this beer a bad review
Yeah,
of all the beers
absolutely.
here, you know? So, but we'll get to moving. We've got some more Drecker beers.
We're going to move down the line here, I
and
think.
see what we got. So, let's do it. All right, we're here. We've got some Drecker beer in front of us. We've got Chuck Ahmet. Chuck Ahmet, radio personality star.
Oh, we
Chuck
love some
Ahmet.
Chuck Ahmet. I'm trying to learn with this stuff as I go.
Are you learning? Are you educating the people on the beer today,
Yeah, because
Chuck?
it was a shift change here, and I had to kind of jump in and go, I don't really know much, but it's good. I know
No.
people like it.
Chuck Ahmet from Wendell is the man for the job. He's the man for the job. So
We're doing our best.
we're doing our best. We've got some Drecker beer. What is this? The small?
Yeah,
Small.
Small. Yeah, that's like it's a young term for small.
Oh, it's the hipster term.
Yes,
The kids.
yes,
That's what
it's the kids.
are saying.
It's the kids are saying.
Okay.
The kids love the sours, man.
Okay.
Those very few Gen Zers that are drinking sours.
Ooh, I've got a strawberry here.
Yeah,
You
I got
wanna sip the rest of this.
Yeah,
the strawberry.
Try that Pog.
Okay, the Pog. That's Outstate's branded term, but this is their passion orange guava here.
Yeah. I think I like the Pog a little bit more.
Ooh, I'm a big fan of the
Personally.
strawberry, but these,
All right,
I mean,
perfect.
Drecker, everybody knows Drecker for their sour beers, their
Correct.
smoothie sours.
Yep.
I'm actually going to be there in a couple weeks
Really?
for Tattoo Fest. The
Oh,
Hell's
there-
Fury
yes,
Tattoo
yes,
Fest is going to
that's
be
right.
at Brewhalla. So I'll be there. I'll be interviewing tattoo artists that weekend, but
Okay.
I'm certainly going to be drinking some of this delicious beer here. So, well, Miles just is. That's all right.
That's okay. Miles is going to take a
Miles
nice shot here.
We're going to get Miles in this here. Miles, talk to us about what you're pouring here.
Well, I don't know. This is the first time I've done this. This is a Drecker. It says it's fruited sour.
Yeah, so this is a passion orange guava fruited sour. Zane's drinking on it here.
It's gone.
And it's gone. So we're going to keep moving on. We've got lupulin left here.
Yep.
We've got Surfside. We have a few more beverages left to sample
Yeah,
here.
just a few left.
And then we're going to be doing seconds. We're getting seconds.
Yeah, we got to go hit some of the ones we didn't get on our first round.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You guys know Drecker, right? Come on.
Let's do it.
You know it.
All right.
Are we interviewing Miles?
I think we should interview Miles. I think it's only appropriate we interview Miles. Miles, why don't you step in between us here?
Miles is one of my favorite
here.
guys. So
the voice of Z103.3. Miles, you're all over the radio airwaves. Talk to me a little about like how you got started with your career in radio broadcasting.
Well, it was my choir director in high school that said that I should try radio. And I went to Brown Institute in Minneapolis, and 40 years later, I'm still doing radio.
So you started when you were very, very young.
Well, I would have been a year after I was out of high school, yeah.
Wow. And when are you from Fergus or where are you from?
I'm from just west of Minneapolis.
And what brought you into the Fergus area?
I was working in South Dakota, and a buddy of mine was working here in Fergus Falls, and he suggested that I apply for the job 9 years ago, and I'm still here.
There we go. Awesome. And you're here pouring some lupulin beers. We've got some, is it neutral? Neutral and lupulin. So what is neutral?
It's a.
I don't expect you to be an expert.
No, I know what it is. It's a seltzer.
Okay.
We got watermelon and orange, and the one that I really like is the one next to it. And that's
Vodka
the hard,
seltzers.
I call it a juice. It's cranberry vodka and grape juice and vodka.
Nice. Zane's got some side comments. What were you saying?
I was just saying vodka. I was just making sure that they know it's vodka seltzers.
It's vodka seltzers. Okay.
It's not a malt-based seltzer.
Do we want to try?
I don't know that it's seltzer, though, because it's not seltzer. It's not the carbonated like the neutral is.
Oh, okay.
It's almost like just a juice and vodka.
Juice and vodka. Okay. I like it. I went ahead and poured myself a little of the Hui, which is another one that you are finding very accessible these days in your pubs and breweries and local restaurants.
I've got this chocolate peanut butter porter here. We'll see how it compares to my favorite at Outstate, the Pond Hockey Porter.
Yeah,
I know that they set the bar. They set a bar there. I've had this one before.
I'm going to ask Miles a question because I've been wondering for a long time. As it's two amateur trivia hosts, you once upon a time hosted trivia at Socials. Is that correct?
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you did that.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you miss hosting trivia?
No.
Why is that?
I don't like dealing with people when they're really intoxicated. So
yeah, okay. I think we can relate a little bit.
And especially when they get something wrong, it's like, just give it to me. It's like, no.
Yeah. You're having to deal with the post-work crowd that has a few drinks.
Yes.
And then think they're always right.
The host is always right.
The host should always be right.
The host is always right.
The reason I asked is I went to Miles Trivia, and I loved it because he's a great host. Obviously, he does the radio and fantastic at it. But Jacob and I have had our hands in trivia here over the last couple of years, and we've had our moments, right?
I would say so, yeah.
You guys can have it. I don't want it.
Well, it's fun. We get, Outstate does trivia on Tuesdays. I don't know who else is doing trivia this summer.
I think Socials is doing it on Wednesday nights.
Socials on Wednesdays. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Isn't the bar downtown
Union or
yes,
Mabel's?
Don't they do?
Union did for a little bit. I don't know if they're doing trivia anymore.
They're on a hiatus.
I know Mabel's. Zane hosted at Mabel's for a while.
Correct.
They're on a little bit hiatus as well.
Mabel's will come back probably in the fall.
So
taking a break for the
taking a little
summer.
break for the summer, but so we've got. I'm enjoying this chocolate peanut butter porter. It's a little bit. I don't know what I'm trying to think of the word to describe it. Bitter is not it. It's different than what I'm used to for a peanut butter porter.
So I think with a lot of dark beers, Jacob, is what people would describe as bitter ends up being the roast.
The roast.
There's a lot of roasted malts come they are perceived as bitter. So what you're seeing there is like, it's like a coffee drinker would really enjoy this because coffee beans have that bitterness and they lend themselves to that similar flavor.
Yes.
I like this. I'm trying to be unbiased. I would prefer a Pondaki Porter from Outstate. Just me personally. This is more thin. Outstate's is a little more sweet. This is good though.
Yeah, absolutely. And Outstate Brewing, official sponsor of the Fergus Spotlight podcast.
Yeah, well, you know,
big
like,
fans, but certainly not playing into our review of this chocolate peanut butter porter.
No, Outstate's Outstate, you know.
They're Outstate. So, well, let's maybe get into these neutrals. Should we try some of these neutrals? Should we do that?
I mean, let's do it.
Vodka?
I mean, I don't mind a neutral. They have a flavor here I've never had, so
What's
let's
that?
do it. I think they have like a grape one.
Grape? All right. We better try it. Let's see what we got here. Grape. Well, this says Welch's.
Oh,
Welch's.
Okay,
grape.
never mind.
So this is
Welch's is in alcohol.
Traditional. Andy needs something. What do you need, Andy?
Welch is in alcohol now, so
Hooey. Take a little bit of a hooey.
for all you folks that have
that's
children
Yes, sir.
that want to
Pour Andy some
participate in the
hooey.
Welch's grape juice that your children is
I'm gonna
drinking.
try some of this neutral
Yes, they
here.
make alcohol.
Pour it
Sounds
up.
like a bad idea, but
I'm gonna try this Welch's vodka. Who would have thought? I've had juice boxes when I was a kid.
yeah.
Are you a big Welch's juice box fan, Zane?
I don't know if I'd say a fan. I was more of a Capri Sun kind of guy.
Well, we don't have alcoholic Capri Suns here, but we do have.
Yet.
Wow, that is very much so grape juice. That's grape juice. Not for you.
I'm trying to keep it straight here because I want to have everyone to have a fair shot. Not for me.
Not for you. It's sweet as hell.
It's so sweet.
It tastes like communion. Like the way communion should be,
I'm out. That's not for me. No.
Do you want to try the neutral?
Yeah, I would prefer neutral, I think, because those aren't
That
as
Welch's,
sweet.
that's sweet. You can dump it out if you need to. Just dump it right in there. You don't want to try the other Welch's?
No, I don't. You can.
So we've got this flavor of neutral is, I don't know what flavor this one is. Oh, watermelon. Have you had watermelon?
I do like watermelon.
Want a lot, little?
That's good.
How
I think the thing about watermelon for me is like when I was at Outstate, we tested a lot of different watermelon for the hashtag baller, which we tried earlier on the segment. The thing about watermelon is you need to add some unnatural flavorings for it to taste like what everyone thinks is watermelon, because watermelon juice or watermelon puree in its natural form isn't what you actually think it to be. It doesn't look the same either. The color is rarely as pink as a watermelon looks. So I'm kind of back and forth on watermelon. I think for the Outstate hashtag baller, we used a lot of watermelon puree, but we also used watermelon concentrate or watermelon flavoring. I'm giving away secrets, maybe I shouldn't, but I also created the hashtag baller. So, but
I love it. But that's an interesting take on watermelon in general, or different flavor profiles. People think like that artificial watermelon flavor, like that really needs that extra to come through. Like if you eat a watermelon, it doesn't taste like a watermelon candy at all.
No, it's the same. It's like the same thing with like grape flavoring. Like what everyone perceives as grape flavoring is not natural grape flavoring. It's dolled up with citric acid and sugar and all these other like unnatural flavorings, which I'm not super fond of. But if you want grape flavoring, you're gonna need to do that, right?
That is good though, and it's very refreshing.
I do like this,
and I can hammer a few of these on a boat.
But again, this is like not natural watermelon.
Should we? Hey, Zach Daniels, you want to come in here and and get a little review of the neutral. What do you think here?
Of the craft beer tour here?
Just
at the
craft beer
Bigwood?
tour in general. What are your thoughts here?
Well, anytime you had an opportunity to drink beer or other beverages, I'd say it's a positive.
It's a win. We're all winning.
That's right.
That's great. Well, I appreciate being here. You guys helping pour. This has been a lot of fun. We have just a few more. We've got North Dakota Sweet Crude. We still need to get over to Surfside.
Surfside and North Dakota Sweet Crude, I think, are the only two we have left.
And then we're probably going to do some revisits. But
yeah, we'll see. We'll see how we're feeling.
Patrons,
yeah.
Maybe some patron interviews, but we've got just a few more stops here. So
yes.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Let's do it.
All right.
Dr.
Crude. Everybody's talking about.
All right.
The backstory is kind of fun, actually.
Yeah, what's the backstory?
So the backstory is my great-granddad made this original North Dakota Sweet Crude way out in western North Dakota over 100 years ago. Old Martin and Widener. They made it out there because North Dakota was a dry state before, during, and after Prohibition. So the old Germans out there were like, tell me I can't drink? I don't think so. So they made their own. But what did they do? They made really bad tasting alcohol, so they had to flavor it with something. So you can still drive out to western North Dakota and stop in at any farm and say, hey, do you guys know what wedding whiskey is or red eye? And they'll probably have a bottle, right? Because they're still doing it. They're still flavoring the alcohol. So all we did was we took that to heart and we said, what if we bump that up a little bit? And what if we used a super premium alcohol and then flavored it with all natural ingredients like Great Granddad did? Now the only problem with that is one of the ingredients is real caramelized sugar. Nobody makes it because they want to sell you coloring and flavoring. Well, we didn't want to do that. We wanted to do it right. So we spent 2 years developing. Both my brother and I are engineers from NDSU. So we worked with their extension group and we invented a piece of equipment that caramelizes sugar on an industrial level. So that allows us to have the ingredient that we need. And then we brew a tea and we add real orange oil and real cinnamon oils. So it's an all natural ingredient. It's all the gluten-free that everybody wants, right? And because it's got nice strong flavor to it and good alcohol content, you can mix it with a million things. Yeah. Our website has over 100 drink mixes on it.
That is incredible. I think we should let you serve them and we'll maybe
we've got
try
a few
one. Where should we start here? What should we start with?
We start here?
All right, so I'm going to start you guys on. We want to start you with the orange because the orange has a little less cinnamon and tends to hang around a little less. Right?
Love it.
So start with the orange.
All right.
These two.
Yep.
Oh, these two. Start with the orange.
You guys in a second.
Oh,
you guys going to do
are
it?
these orange too?
No, those are.
Shit.
God, these what you do.
My bad.
Right on camera.
My bad.
Cheers, Zane.
There you go. If you don't like it, keep your mouth shut. If you like it, tell everybody.
I love it.
There you go.
I need a full bottle of it.
A lot of orange peel. I love that.
Feel to it.
There is a lot of that zest.
Here's a sample of what you can do with that. This is called an orange mule. It's a little play on a Moscow mule. A little ginger beer and a little bit of the orange.
That same orange I tasted.
That same
straight.
orange.
This
That's
is
right.
in the mix.
This is the mix.
Oh, I love the ginger.
Thumbs
That's
up.
much better.
Little
Yeah,
ginger
that's
to
really
it, all
good.
that good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm going to hit you with the original recipe.
The original recipe.
Just so you can get a little flavor of it. So there's the cinnamon. Now don't confuse this with the bad stuff that's out there.
Oh, I know where you're headed here, and I'm not even thinking about it.
We don't say
We don't say the
We're
F
not saying the F word. We're not saying the F
Don't
word.
say the
We
F
bleep
word.
that. We bleep that out here on the.
There you go. See what you think of that. Oh yeah,
That's
like
so good.
super smooth.
That's
because
much better.
We use a
Not as
premium
sweet.
alcohol.
Not as sweet as the F word.
Right now,
Super
can you
smooth.
believe that is 75 proof? That's like a
Dang.
whiskey, right?
Woo!
All right, now try this. This is what
Okay.
everybody's talking about. This is the Dr. Crude. Little Dr. Pepper, little cream, right? Give it a try.
So this is that cinnamon.
That
whiskey
cinnamon
with
with
Dr. Pepper and some cream.
And some cream.
Okay.
That's going to knock you out.
Whoa.
I'm going home, Jacob.
That's what
There
the
you
kids.
go,
That's
baby.
what the kids are drinking these
That's
days,
what
huh?
the kids are
That's what the kids are drinking.
Yep.
Dang, I love it. Well,
That's wonderful.
what was your name again?
I'm Christian Widener. My brother Art Widener is the one who's running most of the business stuff.
Okay.
Okay. And what year did you say you guys started
Gosh,
doing all
I
this?
think we started probably 8 years ago.
8 years, but your family's been doing this for how long?
Well, my great-granddad invented this like over 100 years ago, right?
Wow, so
Then
it's
it
been
kind of slept under the table. My dad showed me, my great-grandfather showed my grandfather showed my dad showed me. We used to make this a bottle for ourselves on the stovetop and take this hunting for after hunt, right? We spread it around to the farmers, and they're like, hey, this is good stuff. I want more of it.
Yeah.
And so we figured, well, shoot, it's going to work.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you very much for the samples.
Yes,
appreciate
thank
you
you. Appreciate
coming
it,
to Fergus
Thank you for your
Falls and
time.
pouring
Well,
these.
now
so-
the other thing you should know is our family is from Fergus Falls. My mom grew up here.
Okay.
She's a Jacobs. So you got Mark Jacobs,
Oh,
Mike Jacobs,
wow.
Lori Jacobs, right?
Yeah.
Familiar name, yeah.
I know the
Yeah.
Jacobs.
You know all the Jacobs clan, so they're still here. I spent many a summer out here.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
so
so
welcome
very
back
familiar.
to Fergus Falls.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I love
Cool.
it.
Thank you
very
so much.
man.
There you go.
All right. I'm here with one of my favorite people of all time, Karen Stegen. We're here with Surfside. You're representing Surfside today. Yeah, tell me about it.
They have raspberry lemonade vodka. They have green tea vodka. They have like an Arnold Palmer. They have a strawberry lemonade and a raspberry tea. The top favorite tonight is raspberry tea, raspberry lemonade, and then the raspberry tea.
Sounds good. Yeah, this is I'm a big fan of this product. 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, if I'm not wrong. Gluten-free. My mother, shout out to my mother. She likes this product. Yeah, I think at a craft beer tour, it's nice to have a different avenue, a different, flavor for everybody. So this is a good option for them, right?
Absolutely. It's been very popular, very refreshing. We're going to have nice weather coming up, so get your lemonade and iced tea.
Yeah, this feels like a pontoon beverage.
Yeah, it's a deck slammer.
Exactly. You heard it here first.
You've all been waiting for the winners of the People's Choice Awards. Give it up for the best brewery, Outstate Brewing!
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I'm gonna get a picture.
Here, AJ. Hey, get in here.
I was like, where are we supposed to go?
I know. I just rotating.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And if you didn't know, the official Fergus Falls Craft Beer Tour after party is at your local brewery, Outstate Brewing Company. So after this, when you have to be done drinking beer here, go there and drink beer there. All right, now, taking home some hardware today for best beer and best not beer. It is possible to win both. What should we do first? Best beer or best not beer?
Best beer.
Best beer. Fergus Brewing Stampede French Toast Stout. And also, keep that round of applause going because the best not beer was from Fergus Brewing with the Falls Velvet Watermelon Chili Seltzer. Big round of applause.
Not gonna lie, that watermelon seltzer was fantastic.
A tradition at the craft beer tour. There we go. All right, one more time. Give it up for Fergus Brewing Company.
Awesome.
All right. Hey, congratulations. You're welcome. Good job. Good job.
Well deserved.
Last, but certainly not least, first, for those of you who are here for the VIP hour, the Brewers Cup Award, voted on by you, our craft beer tour attendees, the Ruby Red Pastry Sour by Bucks Mill Brewing Company.
Well deserved. These guys are fantastic. They're winning awards across the state right now. Fantastic.
Yeah, somebody get him to take.
Absolute gems of humans. Visit their tap room right now.